Welcome, everybody, to Fist Truck TV.
Welcome. I walked down the stairs.
Oh, you missed content.
Oh, this is whack. They didn't think of everything.
What a thrill.
Now I was thinking about like the freaking cone helmet in Bloodborne.
Oh, yeah.
Where when you go down the ladder, it looks like ding, 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 ding. So, we had a myriad of topics to pick from last episode. Amongst them was not ordering food, but it came up. However, however, one of the topics that we were thinking of talking about before the episode started was the Callisto Protocol.
Callisto
And
Protocol.
I wouldn't call it a shit show.
I've heard it's been mixed reviews.
Yeah, it's just been mixed review. I think it's just like the disappointment, because that's really it. It's been disappointing. It's not the same as like Babylon's Fall or the Saints Row reboot or whatever the fuck. Like, this is just disappointing as opposed to
you're
like
gonna compare it to Dead Space, and then it wasn't Dead Space.
Yeah, that's like the most disappointing part.
Guess what IGN rated it?
Guess what I'm gonna do here? If the answer you thought was skip everything, then you would be correct. What did IGN 6?
Nope.
7?
Nope.
9?
Hell yeah, 9 out of 10. IGN's fucking stupid.
I don't know, man. I sometimes I want to get on that bandwagon, but not right now. Not in this instance. I want to get on that bandwagon.
Yeah, it's definitely,
because it's like maybe it just clicked, right? Because it definitely clicks with some people.
Yeah, maybe the person that reviewed it never played Dead Space, and that would be to their benefit.
But the thing is, like, it's not Dead Space. I guess that's the.
No, that's the point, right?
Yeah,
if they've never played Dead Space and they play Callisto Protocol, then they have an honest review, right?
Yeah. As opposed to like.
Whereas GameSpot, they did 5 out of 10. So
I mean, a lot of places. I think I mean, 5 out of 10 is closer to a lot of places rated it. Right?
Yeah. From what I've seen from you've seen more streams than I have.
Bro, I have watched hours of Callisto Protocol reviews. The thing is that, like, I don't want to sound like a fucking, what's a 5-head fucking internet, man or something.
Well, in this case, we like Dead Space. It's to go deep on it for a $70 game is not crazy.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. But what I was getting to is that, like, I want to sound like a 5-head fucking internet person, but at this point I really don't refer to places like IGN or GameSpot same. Or like even like what would be like Polygon or like any of those. Kotaku. I don't refer Kotaku. Yeah, I don't refer to any of those places for reviews, and it's not even like how do I put it? It's not even fuck you. It's not even a thing where like I might like look at them in passing just to get a feel for how a game is. Like, I just don't refer to them at all.
Right.
I just don't even think about it because it feels like
you don't even have to consciously think about it. It's just
I just don't relate to it. Like most of the time, I feel like even if the opinion is close to mine, or like of the like let's say for all the, speak about Elden Ring since I'm playing it right now. For Elden Ring, I mean, this game got like glowing reviews, right? Like right. It was, it's a critical darling. Yeah, of course, it deserves it. I didn't even bother reading the reviews, so I'm sure I am talking out of my ass when I say this, but I feel like for the reason I would like, let's say that we're just say we're giving this game a 10, right? Like it's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Which to be honest, I think it is, but
the reasons
would be different from mine. Yeah, so like we might come to the same conclusion, but how we get there is different. So that's why even with like, I'm not going to say, oh, they're out of touch, and so I think sometimes they can be. Like, I think the Last of Us stuff was like a big fucking like red flag or something like that when when like you see it was just like when you compared like those like publication like your staples compared to like the pretty much like the content creator sphere, it was like, oh, this is like most of the places would talk about how it's like a work of art and all that kind of stuff, and then pretty much every other channel that reviewed it would acknowledge like, oh yeah, this thing is gorgeous, like everything, the production value is really nice. This game is not good.
I mean,
and the story
I
is
think
like
it's not as good as
but also I think
proclaim it to be. Right?
Yeah, and then it was like that the story. Fuck, let me get it. You can do what you can do whatever you want with me now. I got it. Let me heal. Okay. That's all I wanted. Yeah, it's like you can I mean, let me clarify, I don't care about The Last of Us 1 either. Like I never I was definitely when it comes to Naughty Dog games, pretty much since Uncharted came out, I've pretty much just that ship has sailed for me. So right. So I'm once again potentially speaking out of my ass here, but when having watched one of our friends play through all of The Last of Us Part 2 and seeing it, and I saw the whole thing, I was like, oh, I mean, it looks solid, but it doesn't look like the second coming of Christ. Like, yeah, I have issues with, and like you more than anyone else know that I have issues with Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. And those games came out in the same year, and in my opinion, Ghost of Tsushima wholly deserved that like Game of the Year award, way over
Absolutely.
that. Yeah.
But all the, well, you can't know for sure why it happened, but
yeah, but it's like fart sniffers. That's what it is. It's just fart sniffers.
Or it was the retaliation of overcorrection.
Yeah.
All the people on the internet being actual assholes.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you're playing majority as a female now. It's like,
oh well, yeah, that's a whole other stupidity. It's more just that seeing the game in action. It's like, okay, gameplay wise, this is like pretty.
It's a Naughty Dog game.
Yeah, but it's like it's not special
gameplay.
Yeah, it's like it's not only is it not special, it's not that good. At least just watching him and playing it, it could be a different story, because that is the case, and that's what we're going to get back to with the Callisto Protocol.
But, I mean, Last of Us is also like a story-driven.
It is a story game, right? Yeah. So when you see the story, and it's like slightly all over the place, but also the characters are incredibly unrelatable.
Yeah.
Which I think, and what I've seen the entire story for The Last of Us 1, and so even though like what Joel, right, is like like low-key a maniac, you can relate with him in some like weird twisted ways.
Well,
just like the father
was way
figure.
Simpler than number 2.
Yeah.
Number 2 had like factions and different character motivations.
Yeah, so like you could relate with him in a way. That like fatherly, that he lost his family and now this is the closest thing he has to family. Like you can relate with that, but in The Last of Us 2 is like, oh, you're just like a fucking psycho. Like that's
absolutely number 2. You're absolutely unhinged.
Yeah, so that's like,
which again, the story was good. It was good. It deserved Game of the Year. No, just because Ghost of Tsushima was there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna clarify. Once again, just put my hand up. I also don't think Ghost of Tsushima deserved it. I don't.
I mean, what else was there?
Fucking Doom Eternal, man. Fuck you. That shit. It's like just because the game doesn't have like a fucking breathtaking story, it's like it makes a statement another way, and people talk about Doom Eternal way more than they do about Ghost of Tsushima.
We're not gonna. Are we? Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we're up to Malenia, guys. Like this is it. Hopefully it's a one and done. It probably won't be, but we'll see. Okay, damage is pretty good. All right.
Okay. Yeah,
and if I go silent, you know why.
Yes, absolutely.
Fuck.
Game of the year. This. So Callisto Protocol.
Even by the way, things I enjoyed, by the way, for 2020, and this part might be blasphemous. Well, not blasphemous, but things I just enjoyed more than Ghost of Tsushima. Fuck. Oh, bitch! What the fuck? Yo, that tracking.
Wow, she healed a lot.
That was a 180. Don't think about it. If you think about the healing, then you kind of just get like that'll. It's a mentality.
Yeah.
So when it came to 2020, the two games that immediately come to mind that came out that year that I enjoyed more than Ghost of Tsushima were Doom Eternal and fucking Neo 2.
Neo 2 wasn't going to win.
No, I mean, I knew that wasn't going to win, but if I were to give it to something, it'd be those because, like, oh, this game is fun. It's fun. Like, as a whole, it's fun, and I know that isn't the, you know, oh, fuck it, it is the most important thing to me, at least, but, like, it's fun, and, at least when it comes to things that stick in my head, and I didn't have, like, just nagging thoughts while I was playing it. Yeah, Neo did it for me. Doom Eternal did it for me. It's like, is the story dumb? Yeah. Did I enjoy it? What enough? You know, is the story, the gameplay, insanely solid. Ghost of Tsushima has solid gameplay, but to me, it's skin deep.
Repetitive.
It's like, oh, yeah, I do cool things, but, like, the actual depth of the combat just isn't there for me.
Had a good plot.
Had a good plot. It's just that the gameplay with the plot just doesn't work.
It's oh yeah, because there are no consequences to how your gameplay reflects the actual story.
Yeah, like it just happens no matter what, which is crazy because Sucker Punch did that with 2 other games before.
Oh yeah, Infamous one.
Yeah, and they did it not well, but still they did it. I'm surprised they had an opportunity to knock it out the park and they fucking didn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Callisto Protocol reviews are mixed. People are comparing it to Dead Space, and it's like definitely not Dead Space.
Yeah.
Our friend, me and one of our friends share PlayStation,
accounts
games.
Or whatever. Do the game sharing thing.
So he was like, "Hey, you buying Callisto Protocol?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "Why not?" Like, "Oh, it's not great for a $70 game, in my opinion."
Yeah.
And I was going down the reasons why, and he was like, "Oh shit, I was really looking forward to it." I was looking really forward to it. I honestly was.
I was leading up to the game coming out. I didn't think about it. I mean, I love Dead Space. I love Dead Space 1 and 2. I had Dead Space 1 at launch. I played through the game like 5 times. I love Dead Space. But when I saw it, I was just like, I'll wait. I can wait. It was whatever.
I was looking forward to it at least. And he likes streaming new games, so it was like, damn, I need to second guess buying this game. So I was telling him all the reasons why not to get it, but then he got it eventually anyway.
Yeah.
And he enjoyed it. He said he enjoyed it. He says, pretty good game, not great, but good enough. And Fist was watching his stream, and you said, well, yeah, he says it was great, but he's also screaming at the screen, frustrated because some bullshit happened.
The thing is that it came, it always had, yeah, bitch. It happens in the same, like, so getting back to what? Yo, that only happens with her, by the way. That I'm not even surprised, because that when I did the Sword and Shield playthrough, and and when I was doing that playthrough for the build guide, when I did the how to Ocarina of Time in Elden Ring, and I did that playthrough for the build guide, that happened every single time. It only happens with her. Yet another reason why this boss sucks. Sorry, just saying.
But there's a face in the trees. Isn't that cool, though? Yeah.
Is there? I don't even fucking...
I think there is. It looks like a face. I never saw that before.
What, behind the thing with the... looks like lips there or something?
Yeah.
Whatever. So, getting back to, like, when I watch the YouTube stuff, I mean, a lot of the critical reviews, like your once again typical like gaming publication type stuff and websites, are mixed, and mixed leaning towards, I think, like, somewhat negative. And the YouTube videos are kind of the same way, I think they put, for the most part, they put, like, I think a completionist put up a video, and the Sphere Hunter did one too, where they did they pretty much broke it down where it's like, I think completionist put it best, where it's like, the Callisto Protocol is fine, or it's okay, which is disappointing. Like, it's just okay. And then what every single video that I saw about the game brought up, aside from Digital Foundry, was that combat is infuriating, and it's all good. It seems like it's all cool and fun in games until you get thrown in a situation where you have to fight many enemies at the same time.
Yeah.
And
that's pretty much the consensus.
Yeah.
Consensus I've seen online.
And in the beginning, it's like not too crazy with the amount of times they decide to throw that at you. But once you start seeing it, it happens a lot. And that was what every single video saw, and every single stream I've seen has been like, at least that I've seen. You know, you can see other ones that aren't like that. Sure, of course, they're out there. I'm not saying they're not, but you know, it's the consensus appears to be that the game is just frustrating. Yeah, I saw that coming. Yeah, I saw that. I know your tricks. Yeah, I know your tricks. Oh, yeah. Except that one apparently. Am I dead? No, no.
Oh, the blender.
The blender.
So, point I want to make. Nothing on his stream.
Yeah, no, he's
but
fun,
it's just
like, he likes the game. He likes the game. That's cool. It's just that, like, when he got to that part where there was a room full of dudes, man was mad.
Point I was trying to make was not even specifically on Callisto Protocol. Was games that like infuriate you, but like if you're asking somebody or somebody's
like,
asking how you
fun?
like the game, it's good game. Like maybe you're fucking delusional.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
yeah, that was an alright one.
Yeah. So like you keep on saying with Destiny, it's like I can.
Well, no, you like it. It's just it doesn't make sense.
So watching me play the game, it's like I'm throwing my head against the wall. So it's like, ooh, how much damage are you doing to yourself? Yeah,
I mean that always goes back to like why do we play the game, right? Like,
right.
And this is like like a lot of multiplayer stuff. It's like, oh hey, I play with my friends. It's like, but do you guys have fun? Do you have fun because of the game, or do you have fun because it's your friends? Like that's which is like why half the time I wind up not playing multiplayer shit is because it's like the game sucks, or not the game sucks, but we don't have fun playing it. So I'll look at like Overwatch as an example, right? Because that's like the one I played a shit ton of, like back in the day.
Same.
And it's like, yeah, I had fun playing it, and then we stopped having fun, so I stopped playing it. Like as a group, I had more fun playing it alone. But like as a group, it's like, oh yeah, we're having fun in the sense that like, oh, it's we're playing together and we enjoy each other's presence. But when we're actually playing the game, we're shouting at the top of our lungs and mad as shit, which last time I checked isn't fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, God damn it. I try and see the game. I'm like, you know what? Let me or not see it. Play by its rules. Like, you know what? I'll stick with the lock on, because if you dodge back while she does the last part of that move, it pretty much dodges the move most of the time. But it's, as you can see, it consistent.
Right.
So
as far as like buying games to play with friends, like I'm kind of the exact opposite. I'll suffer through a bad game to play with friends, because the fun I get is like just playing with people.
Yeah, but you could be playing a fun game.
But I could also, like, would I rather play a fun game alone?
No. I mean that you and your friends could be playing a fun game, but instead you choose to play
they might
battle.
think the game is fun, but I don't think the game is fun. Right?
Yeah, that's why. That's
like I played Overwatch because they thought the game was fun, and I like playing with my friends. Yeah. I didn't like Overwatch. Overwatch was trash. Still trash. Was trash then. Is trash now.
You are wrong, but it's okay.
No, I'm just joking. That's just where your priorities lie.
Yeah.
Like, if I could play Elden Ring, a really good game, versus, I don't know, what's a bad multiplayer game?
Battlefield.
Alright, Battlefield's kind of bad.
2042?
Yeah, the new Battlefield's kind of bad. I'll play, I'd rather play Battlefield with friends than Elden Ring. Man, Battlefield is such a disappointment.
I wouldn't. That would be a waste of time to me. It's like, why? I don't know. Like, I love my friends, but
I would try to convince them that it's a bad game because it's just it's a bad game, and try to convince them to play like Battlefield 4 or something.
Yeah, but then like, what do you do? Like, I just
I think they would see reason. Like,
yeah, but that's
I'm
that's
just going through the people that I know that I would play games with.
Yeah,
and if they offer to play Battlefield 2042, be like, can we play something else?
Do we have to?
Do we have to? But if they're like, gun to my head, they're adamant, like, we're playing this with or without you, and it's like, I guess we're playing Battlefield 42 for an hour.
Before we remember the reason why we didn't fucking play it.
Yeah, because it's a big open grass field with vehicles.
Yep.
And I will say something about the new Call of Duty. The Modern Warfare 2 one. It's good. I enjoy it. It's
Hey, I'm definitely not saying that game is bad by any means.
Yeah.
You know, we were just talking.
And it has the same. It doesn't suffer from the same problems that Battlefield 42 does. It has vehicles. It has tanks. But there are multiple lanes for people to go to. Like, there's a vehicle lane and there's a person lane where you can go in between buildings and take cover.
Yeah, man, imagine that you're saying that Call of Duty did Battlefield better than Battlefield did Battlefield.
That's exactly what I'm fucking saying.
What world are we living in, man?
Yeah, it's crazy. I've always loved Battlefield. Well, man, I've always held the Battlefield to a higher esteem than Call of Duty. But it's just they fucked up. They didn't do good, and Call of Duty one up them this time.
Yep, at their own game, man. And I know they've been this is not their first crack at a Battlefield-esque, game mode. But the fact that they managed to, like, I remember the first time, if I remember correctly, I didn't play it. Let me clarify. The opinion was just that, like, yeah, it's fine, but it's not like the reason why you're gonna play this game.
Yeah, it's still an arcade shooter,
yeah.
And Call of Duty is still an arcade shooter. The thing that I like about Battlefield is that it's less arcadey, but still arcadey.
Yeah.
Call of Duty is still arcadey, less realistic, but the level design of 42 just makes it not fun at all.
Bad, man.
Because vehicles can dominate you at every point. There's no point for foot control.
It's practically like a battle royale where you'll spend like 30 minutes walking around just to get fucking gunned down. Oh, damn it, that was a hitless phase 2 until the very end. God, I think it was at least. Well, that's Malenia, y'all.
I didn't see her hit you. That's fine.
Well, all things considered, that was pretty smooth.
Yeah, pretty smooth.
How many times did I heal during that fight? 2 or 3 times? Okay.
3 times, yeah. Easy peasy. Dearest Miquella.
I didn't even have to use Endure. I did not even have to use Endure in this go, I think.
I think I saw you use Endure.
During this run?
Yeah, during the... You only died once,
maybe.
right?
Yeah. No, well, I mean, during this...
you used Endure than the second try.
Oh, okay.
Definitely, for sure.
All right, and I forget things. That's my bad.
Yeah, no, well, you're in the heat of the moment.
And it's the heat of the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like and so this is, I guess, looking back on the Callisto Protocol stuff. How much time are we at, by the way?
We have 6 minutes left.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we did like that took less than 10 minutes.
Okay. Fuck it, let's go fight Mo. Sure, Mod, whatever his name is. Let's do that. So like I do like The Forest, right? You know that game, The Forest?
Is that a survival game?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Oh fuck, wait, actually before I get into that, Callisto Protocols. Yeah, it's like I think it's cool to if somebody enjoys it, like
props to you. Don't listen to
us.
Also,
yeah. If you enjoy it, like
go fuck ourselves.
Yeah,
you play games you like.
It is a game that I plan or intend on playing eventually. You're not even the invasion I want.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like $20.
And not even.
Which it will be. You will be soon.
That shit better be on a fucking subscription.
Yeah, well, it's on Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, a Game Pass or PlayStation Pass, whatever the fuck. Like, when it's on one of those, then I'll play it. But I kind of like The thing I was talking with my friends, like
Yo, spit on her.
What?
Spit on her. She had no health left.
Man, it's a game of patience. When you start getting impatient, that's when you start failing, or you take a hit on your hitless second phase. It's I was telling my friends, at least once again, I haven't played it. So maybe when I play it, and this has happened before with some games I played, where I'll play it. I think like Steel Rising is the example I'm going to use. Is going to be the example I use because I think reviews in general were not that good for it. I think it's sitting at like a 70 something. I'm at like 72, 70 something
That's
like that
good.
on Open Critic, I should say. Yeah, it's I mean it's all right. But you know, if you ask like I feel like your typical person that plays these kinds of games, they're gonna like scoff at it practically. Like especially.
Well, I mean, because they're comparing it to this game, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I just finished playing through that fucking Final Fantasy Neo thing, and I will just continuously say, or consistently say, that when it comes to, if you ever want to play any of these games and just like have the most exciting, thrilling combat, those like what Team Ninja has been doing, and they just keep getting better and better with it, because like I love Neo 2, and the Stranger of Paradise game is like an evolution of that, and it's just, if you want to play one of these games with like exciting combat, thrilling, like deep, complex, fucking just the best combat you could probably play with any of these games, they do it best. But like half the people will I guarantee you, if you bring up Neo to like people like, so oh god fuck Souls-like people, like fans or some shit like that, they'd be like, oh yeah, Neo, sorry, like, oh Neo, yeah, the fucking like like,
Dark Souls Light, is that what they're gonna call
yeah, they're gonna like talk about how the story's dumb or something like that. And it's just like, yeah, I mean it's dumb, but like, have you played it? Like,
yeah,
it's like when Neo 1, I can understand if somebody checked out there, because it's
Neo
like,
1 was so hard.
yeah, it's just like, it was just brutal. It was brutal in a way that was dirty.
I'm playing all of the Dark Souls games. Like again, like I don't even think Dark Souls games are that hard.
No,
it's just that game.
it's just learning the game. That's it.
That game is hard.
Yeah, it's where Dark Souls and these games just ask you to learn the game, and once you learn it, then you can beat it. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
I think frequently what happens with these games is that the later you get into it, the less you die.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you now understand, like, okay, I understand how I should be playing this game now. Neo, at least in Neo 1, that's somewhat the case, but only because the bosses get easier. not that the game is like scaling properly, and you're dying less because you know how to play the game. It's like, no, the game is just hard. It's just it's legitimately hard. And in the FromSoft games, where they do a practically an unmatched job of allowing you to trivialize hard situations, whether it be like summoning people. This game has the spirits you can summon, whatever it may be. These games do a top tier job of that. Neo is like, no, there's one way to play the game, and either you do it or get the fuck out. Like, that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you definitely have to have a better grasp of the mechanics of everything.
Yeah,
Neo,
and there's just more of a reliance.
Be competent.
Like, Neo just has more of a reliance on Twitch reaction time and shit like that. Like, you don't have like these
like the iframes.
You do have
iframes. Not too great.
Yeah.
As
it's not as
to like
generous.
here where you can roll, spin the win.
Yeah. So like that's the big thing with Neo. But like that Final Fantasy game, that shit is so good. Anyway, I think Callisto Protocol, and what I was telling my friend about it, and I recently played through Steel Rising, which is a Souls-like made by a French developer, I think. They haven't had the best track record, but I played that game, I played through it, and I was like absolutely absorbed in it. It is janky. It is janky. It is janky. It is a very janky game. It is, if you're looking for like a challenging experience, that is not the game for it. It's pretty, at least for me, it was pretty fucking easy. but it was fun. It was jank built around jank, and it all just kind of worked, and it was fun. And so I could look past like some of those kinds of shortcomings that are somewhat superficial, because at the end, at its core, it's just a very solid game. You could tell that. You could tell that when they made that game, like for Steel Rising, at least for me, you could tell that when they made that game, you might not be able, like, you don't see as high production values, the combat's not as smooth, it's not as flashy, it's not as cool, whatever it may be.
But you could tell the work into.
You could tell they cared.
Yeah,
you could tell. Like, I could not to be like a cornball, but that, like, it has heart. you know, like, that's, is it going to be, like, Game of the Year contender? Hell fucking no. Like, no. But it's a good time, at least for me. It was a really good time. So I was telling my friend recently, or telling one of our friends, saying that, like, I could look past so much shit if it's just solid. If it's just a solid time, I could look past it. Look past jank and, like, bad graphics, or, like, awkward facial animations, or, like, some, like, awkward writing, or whatever it may be. I could look past all that. Now, if your game is frustrating as fuck, and this is, I guess, where Neo, just for me, Neo, I didn't have as rough of a time as, like, other people might have. So I was able to kind of get past it, and I thoroughly enjoyed and played the shit out of Neo 1.
Man, it's built different.
Yo, it's built different, yo. With, when you see the Callisto Protocol, and anyone talks about, oh shit, their eyes are orange, look at that.
What? Yeah, their eyes are orange.
Oh shit.
What? Like,
I didn't doubt you.
You thought I was lying?
Yeah, you know what, yeah, does that make you feel better if I say yeah? I just never looked at it.
Reference to like 85 episodes ago.
Yeah. Well, thankfully these don't have, I mean, time-wise it's not short, but thankfully we don't have like 40, this isn't going to be some kind of like 40-part series or some shit like that. Yeah, like, it's, when a game is frustrating, and this is what put a lot of people off of Neo, and I don't even go like, oh, you don't get it, at least for Neo 1. Neo 2 is a different story, but...
Neo 2 is definitely better, unless you ram your head against the first boss you fight.
Yeah, what's the...
Well, it's not even a boss, it's like that big thing.
The monkey?
Is it the monkey?
Are you talking about Neo 2 or Neo 1?
Neo 2. Like, in the beginning, there's a big-ass dude in the middle of an
outcropping. Yeah.
If you stay there and fight him, then you're just
but that's on you.
But
that's on you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's on you. Like, yeah.
Clearly you don't have to do that.
Shall we save Moke for next episode?
Yeah, just to wrap up, I'm just going to grab the goodie over here, though. It's so hard to get past frustrating, and, like, when people, especially, like I said, for Neo 1, or like Ninja Gaiden, also the Ninja Gaiden games, they're like, I didn't play that shit because that was just infuriating. It's like, I totally respect and understand that, because, like, when I was a kid, man, and I know I told this story in, like, our little, holy fuck, I'm getting, wait, no, that's not what I want to do. When I was a kid, and I know I told the story in our, like, Ninja Gaiden 2 playthrough. Yeah, on 3HP Games channel, which you could go watch if you are so inclined to. That Ninja Gaiden 1 took me 7 months to beat when I was 13. Because I had stopped playing it for 5 months. Or sorry, no, it took me like 9 months to beat because I stopped playing it for 7.
Yeah, it was enough for a baby.
Because it made me fucking... I got livid. But, when you're a kid, like, you don't have all the choices of games in the world. Especially, back then, it's not like we had game subscriptions and stuff like that. So I understand when people don't, like, want to stick with stuff like that, because you're like, yo, I could be doing something less frustrating with my time. And that's the thing with Callisto Protocol, and that you see it happen to everyone in the same spot. That room where our friend was, like, getting, understandably salty at the game, every single review and stream I've seen has been the same shit. And so that's the hard thing, man. It's like, I want to get into your game, but when your game's, like, actively fighting against me, that's a different story. Now, if I play the game and it turns out, like, oh, the game's all about, like, resource management, or like utilizing your toolkit, and it turns out, like, you have to use everything all the time in order to succeed, and I have a smoother time, then I'll kind of get it, and I'll understand, but, whenever that time comes, who knows?
Yeah, well. I hope it's good.
I
my
hope I
friend
enjoy
got
it, yeah.
so I'll eventually play it.
Oh yeah, there's that. So until next time, we'll fight Moog.
We're gonna fight the Mogwai. Don't feed him after 12. Bye bye.
Oh.